Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is again Ryan with another issue of HM1 in 2021. Today we're going to be going over Opnav instruction 5100.19 Foxtrot, a different chapter than the last video. So today's chapter is going to be Bravo 5. I know for sure this is on the HM1 exam. I'm not sure if it's on the E3, E4, E5 one. So check your own bibs before you watch, because again, it's crunch time. Exams in 2 months, so don't really focus on more than you have to, because we're already in the crunch window for our exams. So again, Opnav instruction 5100.19 Foxtrot, and that's the OSHA manual afloat. Let's see what B5 is. B5 is sight conservation. So last video we had under hearing conservation. Today is sight conservation. So what is chapter 4 of Opnav instruction 5100.19 Foxtrot? Or what is chapter 5, not chapter 4. What is chapter 5 of Opnav instruction 5100.19 Foxtrot? The answer to that question would be sight conservation. Just to kind of do a quick perusal of the table of contents, we're going to talk about some of the responsibility, how to designate the areas, how to issue and maintenance equipment, look at the protective eyewear, look at some information about eyewash stations, and then again, there's a whole appendix about different types of protective eyewear. So let's go ahead and go down to that. See chapter 5, B1, B2, B3, B4. V4, this is what we went over in a different video, so not the focus of today. And B5, here we go, sight conservation. So right off the get-go, personnel is working in eye hazard areas are provided adequate eye protection at government expense. Makes sense, they need to pay for PPE. The instruction goes on to define what different eye hazardous issues are, but I think a lot of that's pretty obvious. Anything that can have stuff shoot out at you is an eye issue. Let's see. So there are two types of ANSI labeled protective devices, Z87 or Z87 plus. According to this, the Z87 plus is what's used in the case of ballistic eye protection devices. So if the exam question was, what are the two ANSI approved eyewear, Z87 or Z87 plus? Responsibilities for CO is pretty obvious. Make sure that the site conservation program is established and provide emphasis on leading by example. So make sure that they're wearing their eye pro in areas. Similar to the noise program, the safety office is one that has a list of areas that need eye pro, and they also evaluate places to determine if eye protection is needed. Safety also conducts training, and they evaluate the program at least annually. So just like with the noise conservation stuff, it looks like a lot of the stuff in this chapter as well, yearly. I'm starting to think most occupational stuff is yearly. So just something to remember. If there's a specific timeline you don't remember, you're probably a good bet just guessing yearly, because that seems to be what most of these are. See, divos. Ensure that areas that are eye hazardous are properly labeled. Make sure people are wearing them. And refer personnel who wear corrective eyewear to make sure that they can get their prescription from medical. Medical one's pretty obvious. Provide personnel with the corrective eyewear. Duh. All hands comply with the posting eye hazard signs and properly wear it. So I can be working with wood chips, and if I'm not wearing my eye pro, could be an issue. So if I have it, wear it. How to designate an eye hazardous area. So 2 to 3 inch black and yellow striped or checkerboard tape. So again, to me, I always try to focus on numbers. So right there, 2 to 3 inches black and yellow striped or checkerboard similarly painted tape that is wrapped around the area. They have some NSNs, but I'm not going to be able to remember that. And it says, place the deck marker on equipment operator area in the vicinity of where the eye hazard is generating. So the direction that the stuff would be flying off the equipment. There needs to be a sign that says caution, eye protection required. So, makes sense. Couple notes for the marking. So first of all, if you can post signs in an entire shop and call the whole area dangerous for eye stuff. However, that's not really practical, because if you do that, everyone would have to wear eye pro at all times. So it's very specific on like what areas should be taped off. Again, that 2 to 3 inch checkered or similar pattern tape. For the submarine, they use a rope, and they kind of, when the machines are on, they pop the ropes, and that's how you know not to go in there. So temporary boundaries are what those are called. So use of rope and machine operation in progress eye pro sign to mark those boundaries. Issue. So this one is, the number's a little bit different. So that if anyone in here is an eye pro wizard, please let me know why, because I didn't see it listed in the instruction. So even though earlier it said the Z87 or Z87 plus, this one actually says Z87.1 or Z87.1 plus. So that's with any eye pro. Prescription stuff may be necessary, so wear it if you can. However, in intermittent work areas where they may not require having the prescription eyewear, you can wear your goggles over prescription glasses. DD771 is the eyewear prescription form. I'll probably put that in the summary at the bottom of the video. Maintenance, here again some more number. So clean them. Hot soapy water, rinse it away, and immerse it for 10 minutes in disinfectant, rinse, and air dry. So the first thing you do is with the soap to get rid of all the nasty stuff, and then the disinfectant is where it actually cleans for eye boogers and stuff like that. So temporary protection, temporary protective eyewear. So there should be a backup of like safety glasses and eyewear for people that are just rolling through for like an inspection or whatnot. Emergency eye wash stations. I think anyone that's worked at the hospital has seen these before. There's a couple numbers related to it. Doesn't say specifically how many, but there needs to be an adequate number installed in locations with corrosive hazards and properly posted. There's a flow rate for eye wash station, which is 0.4 gallons per minute for 15 minutes. The water velocity must be low enough not to hurt their eyes, so you're not just going to blast the crap out of their eyes by having it going up. There needs to be a one motion stay open valve. So basically what that means is you flick the switch, it stays on until you physically turn it off. So it's not like a water fountain where you keep pushing the button. It's got to be something where you push a button, pull a lever, it stays on until someone physically turns it off. Let's see. It needs to be on the same level and easily acceptable within 10-second travel of the eye hazard, so it's got to be close. It's got to be free of trip hazards, because if you're going to an eye station, you're going to be going there pretty quick. Here's some more numbers. So must not be less than 33 inches or more than 45 inches above the deck and 6 inches from the nearest wall or obstruction. So it can't be walled off. So half a foot from each wall. I can't really think of a good way to remember the 33 and 45, but I do notice that those numbers are 12 inches from each other. So just remember 45 minus 12, 33. Let's see. Protect it from debris. The water needs to be 60 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, so you're not going to use freezing or boiling water. Let's see. Be positioned with the shower head height not less than 82 inches or more than 96 inches above the deck. So that's 14 inches between each other, so just think 82, 96. And 16 inches from the nearest wall. So the shower head is the one that's like up high. See, and a SIN number that I'm not going to remember. Eyewash station. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything big here. Eyewash bottles. So there are sterile eyewash bottles that you can put in for the portable ones. And they do have a combination of shower and eyewash station. They need to be available in all areas where both eyes and skin can be exposed. Let's see. So take the person to the sick bay after they've gotten washed down. That's kind of obvious. There needs to be an alarm. So if someone's using it, the alarm goes off, and then that's when you know. And that's for remotely located eyewash facilities. And in big bold letters, so big bold letters is always important in instruction. When the emergency eyewash or shower in the shop or location has been activated, provide immediately assistance to personnel and notify the sick bay. So if you see somebody limping over to the eyewash station with a giant piece of glass in their eye, let's get that dude to the medical as soon as possible so they don't mess up their eyeball. So training. The safety officer is a person who conducts training upon check-in and annually thereafter. Hey, look, there's annual again. So things they need to talk about are types of eye hazard areas, types of eye protection, eyewash location, so it helps if you know where it is. And like no attempt should be made to remove a particle lodged in the eyeball or wash an eye that has been cut in any way. So if there's like obvious damage to the eyeball, just go to medical immediately. See types of eyewear. There's a Z87 again. Needs side shields. Safety sunglasses are not suitable for UV protection for welding, cutting, or burning operations. So if they're just sunglasses, you can't use the same ones for like welding stuff. Let's see. There's just kind of the different types of eye pro. Chemical goggles, welding goggles, chipping goggles, welding face shields, ballistic. That's really it for this one. If I would say the most important one's probably the eyewear form, the distance that it can be, and I'll put all that in the instruction, and the type of eye prescription. So the Z87.1, the Z87.1 plus, the plus sign means ballistics. Then the one in the beginning of this chapter is the let's find it again, Z87 or Z87 plus. If I was to guess, the 87 and 87 plus is like the type, and then like the .1 is maybe like the subtype of eyewear protection. But again, if any of you guys know, please blast it out. I had one follower. Thank you so much for your follow. I don't remember, or subscriber. I don't remember your name, but I'll put it in the comment. Thanks for subscribing. Again, this is Opnavinst instruction 5100.19 Foxtrot, chapter Bravo 5, which is site conservation. I hope this helped.